Stamping, and I'm excited you're here and I'm here. I wanted to apologize for not being here the last couple weeks. We've just had a really wild couple of weeks getting ready for school, but today school went back. I'm on top of it. We are ready to go. So I'm going to make sure that I can see comments over here. So awesome. I can see those on my computer. I want to show you a couple things. So I'm going to show you this. Let me grab one other thing. Where did it go? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, last month, the paper pumpkin we got was so adorable. I made up all the cards and I couldn't come up with an alternate sample. Like I just couldn't come up with an alternate. I don't know what was going on. Sometimes the kit's really cute. I'm blocked. I don't know. So what I'm doing for folks that subscribed to me in July for Paper Pumpkin, and I am behind times, I know that, I am going to send you a sampling of the August product of the month. But you might want to get it for yourself. I don't know. And if you don't subscribe to me with Paper Pumpkin, then you'll definitely want to get it for yourself. It's called the Glow of Harvest paper. And it's like a pearlized paper. It's gorgeous. And I'm sure that that doesn't show up. But maybe on camera it shows up a little bit better than it does like in print. So it is a single-sided paper. So this is new. Stampin' Up! Has not done a lot of single-sided paper before, but this fall they've got several that they're doing that are single-sided. So you've got this one with the really pretty flowers. You've got this one with the acorns, and they're only doing it because they're doing some specialty papers or what I would consider to be heavier weight papers. So this is a pretty thick paper. This is not thin. You could make this into boxes or box lids, and it's got a little bit of a waxy coating, so I think it would hold up really well to like 3D projects and stuff. So beautiful, beautiful paper. So we've got these with the kind of the seed pods. There's some leaves, which is cute. And then there's pumpkins, of course, and they're the white pumpkins, and I love white pumpkins. I think they're so pretty. I usually try to get one on the front porch. And then some other kind of seed pods and berries. So yeah, it's really beautiful paper. So my Paper Pumpkin subscribers from July are going to get this. Now, when the August Paper Pumpkin comes in, I think I've already got an idea of what I'm going to do for my alternate project, so I'm not worried about August. So that should be, hopefully, it's already shipped. I'm hoping I can do Paper Pumpkin next week if I get it in time, maybe the week after. This is my free class with an order this month. So thank you to those of you who have already ordered. We're going to do 2 cards and we're going to do a little bit of a masking technique. So in order to do this, I have cut this out of the mini alphabet dies. Whoops, I'm going to turn that over. So I'm going to turn over all the letters, and the H, the bar is at the bottom. So just FYI, when you get this packet, and I'm going to add, so our multi-purpose liquid glue has multi-purposes, and one of them is that it is repositionable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of these, and I'm going to let it dry until it's tacky, and that's going to let me use it as a mask on a card, and then it'll let me peel it off and then use it on another card. So we have to kind of let this get tacky for a second before we can proceed. So a couple things I wanted to let you know. I have my retreat. I have 2 spaces open at my retreat in October. It's the Columbus Day weekend, Indigenous Peoples weekend. And I have also put out, I'm going to put out my Ghouls Night In. So I am collaborating with June Olson of Junebug Creations. She lives in the Northwest. And her and I are going to do a really fun Halloween night full of Halloween projects. And I think everybody's getting a full pack of the Halloween paper because of the way we wanted to use it. So I'm really excited about that. So I hope you'll join me for Ghouls Night In. We also have a stamp camp here in Dripping Springs, Texas, which is west of Austin, on Labor Day, and that'll be really fun. I'm excited about that. We're going to make some fall cards. We're using the new Autumn Opulence paper. And then we're also using the Celebrations. I forget the name of it, but it's really cute. It has the deer and the really fun. It's like Peaceful Pine and Hydrangea Hue. Anyways, it's going to be super cute. We were working on designs today. So really excited about those opportunities to craft. My Merry Makers class is out, so you can subscribe to Merry Makers. You can do all 4 Merry Makers classes, or you can do just 1 or 2 or 3. If you do all 4, then we give you a pack of envelopes for free, which nowadays is a good value, and that will start in a couple of weeks. I'm doing it the 4th Sunday or 4th Tuesday of the month, in person or by mail. And all those things, the Ghouls Night In is by mail 100% because it's to go. My retreat, I also have a to go option. Stamp camp can be to go or in person. And the Merrymakers is either to go or in person. So however you want to craft with me. I know that we live a little bit outside of Austin, so not everybody can get out to where we live. But I would love to craft with you, and I'd love to, I'd love to be able to craft and create with you. So let me know if you've got any questions or anything. All right, so what we're going to do once this gets tacky is we are going to make 2 cards. We're going to use one where we're going to put that on the middle. We're going to stamp, we're going to do some ink blending around it, and then we're going to do some layering. So I've got some layers. So just a white card base. I need to use my bone folder on that. And then we're going to peel those letters off, and it's going to create the negative, right? And then we're going to add those to another card. So I think that this just goes down. I was looking at, I've got written directions, so which is good. Great, super. So these are just glued on top of each other. So doing white layers like this is not something that I normally do. I don't do a lot of like white on white on white, but I really liked the look of this card, and I thought it was really cool to get to use the letters twice, so thought it could be fun. All right, so we're just gonna put that white layer down because we can do that now as we prep and while we wait for this to get tacky. We're gonna need a stamp from here. The Fern is really large, but I think it's the right move, so I think we're gonna do that. The other thing I wanted to point out is there's a huge designer series paper sale right now. The designer series paper I'm using is I'm not using the Fern one. I'm actually using the Nature Walk, but the Fern is also on sale. Quite a bit of like paper that literally just came out is on sale. So, yeah, I would highly encourage you to go check out the online store and see what's there. All right, let's get a block that's actually gonna fit this guy. Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of tight there. Like, huh. Yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Okay. And then I'm gonna use, so the other card base is a white card base. And I still like using, there's cardstock on sale too. I like using thick white for my card bases. I just feel like it is, it just holds up better. It stands better when you want to prop a card up on the mantle. I don't know. It's just, it's very quality paper, and I like it a lot. And so I continue to use thick white for my card bases. All right, and then we're going to take this piece of the designer series paper and we're just going to kind of angle it just a little bit. And we're just going to glue that down. This is a very blue piece. I hope that what we do is going to look cute on it. I might get some Lost Lagoon. Let's see. Okay. So there's a couple colors in this paper. Lost Lagoon is one of them, which is interesting. There's actually quite a few colors. Garden Green, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow. I think I'm actually going to do that combo. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our piece, and I'm hoping these are tacky-ish by now. Oh, good. Okay. It is. Fascinating. All right. So that's hilarious. The instructions say thank you, and I did give thanks, which is really funny. So I think I need to find the Y and the O and the U, and we'll continue to work. So when you cut this, I don't know, where's the die? Here it is. It is one die that cuts all the alphabet letters, and it has multiples of some common ones like A's, H's, L's, E's, N's, O's, T's, S's, R's. So it's interesting because you do get multiple, which is handy for when you're working on stuff. But Y, yes. Looking for the Y, there's the Y, and there's the O. And I saw the U earlier because I thought it was a V. That's funny. Okay. Well, we're going to move this out of the way. We'll put a little bit of glue behind here, and we'll start on the thank because it's going to take a minute to do this. So, and you know you've got the right side. You can kind of feel like a lip or an edge on the back. So the front is smooth and you can feel a lip on the back. I'm going to use my take my pick tool to help pick it up and place it. So we're going to place that. It just helps so that I don't get myself quite so gluey, because I can be, even though this is tacky, it's still adhesive, so. Okay. And the K is kind of the tall K, so the bar is at the top. And we're just gonna wait a second for that to dry. All right, and then on the second card, we're gonna pop that up on this banner. So I made this banner out of the cute paper, and we're gonna pop that up over here, and we'll put it up with dimensionals, and then we'll add the thank you letters to it. So, all right. Is it dry yet? Oh no, nowhere near. I don't want it to stick to this permanently, so that's why I'm being a little extra careful. Oh, I was going to show you how I store my letters. Yes. So we have a new letter die for the hot foil machine, and I had a bunch of letters already, and I was having a hard time keeping track of them. So I got one of these crazy pill dispensers, and I used my label maker. So now all my A's are in here. And so I've got, so I do have like a variety, right? So in here, I'll just dump out my B's so you can see. So I have like B's from this alphabet. I've got them in glimmer. I've got them in red. But I also have them in the, from the hot foil. I did the gold foil with crumb cake, and I thought it turned out really pretty and classy. There's the positive and there's the negative. So you can kind of tell both, but I used it, you know, both sides of the hot foil. We figured out the other day that each piece of hot foil, like if you use a whole piece on a card front, which you generally don't unless you're using the really big one, is 20 cents, which is really a good deal. So honestly, I'm excited about that. So thought you might enjoy this if you want to keep yourself organized for all of your spelling needs. I don't know. I've been doing some more scrapbooking, and so that has made me be a little more, I'm using a lot more alpha dyes and stuff than I probably have in a while. So, okay, I'm going to just do it, and I pray that it comes off. How does that sound? Ah, oh, gosh. Y, O, U. All right. Ah, that's what I was trying to avoid. Okay, so basically we're treating this kind of like a mask, and then the hope is that it's going to pick up and we're going to be able to move it to the other one. If it doesn't work, then I'll show a different strategy, which is using our masking paper. So, all right, so I'm going to stamp a couple of these ferns on here, and then I'm going to, so I'm just going to stamp right on top of the letters and everything and hope that it goes well. And then I'm just gonna do, yeah. I'm like, how do I get, I think I'm gonna go here. I do want all the pieces stamped on. So okay. And then I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm gonna blend with some Lost Lagoon because I think it's a pretty blue, and I think it'll look good on here. And it'll look good with the other colors. I can see where I like spilled glue. It's resisting the color, which is interesting. I do think that that letter might not come up, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna give this a try and we're gonna see what happens. So I'm gonna try to just move the letters from here to here. That was what I was worried about. Yeah, that's very gluey. No. So you definitely need to let them dry ample time. And we're just gonna pretend like that went really, really well. We'll deal with that later. Okay. The good thing is they're still sticky enough. Just glue them down. I don't need any extra adhesive. Right, that one's probably gonna need a little more adhesive. So that's not how it should work. So this is the do as I say, not as I do, right? You guys know that. So I would say wait a considerable amount of time before it gets tacky so that you don't have this happen. What should happen is hopefully more of what will happen here, which is, well, that's pretty sticky. That's some good glue, you know? So maybe this is like a put some glue on it, walk away, do a few other things, take the glue off. I've got a strategy for the left behind glue, but I think it's gonna work. It'll be okay. All right, I'm gonna go this way. I do like the negative. I like the space it's leaving behind. Ooh, and that is very tight, by the way. So, I'll probably cut a little bit of a bigger banner for you guys, like the next size up. Okay, so we have this, which is cute. It's fine. It's not perfect, but it's okay. We're going to cut our dimensionals and we'll put some on the back and you guys will get the idea. And then by the time I send it to you, it will be better. That's okay. Cute. It is cute. It just needs a little bit of something. So I'm going to put a little bit of twine here. I love a good double twine bow. So I will take the twine and tie a double bow. I like to keep it loose until I'm ready to, you know, make the decision on how tight I want it and how big I want the loops and stuff. And then I like to use a glue dot for my twine bows. And I kind of want to see like what way it curls itself so that I can see kind of how I want it, how I want to put it on the card. I'm going to put it right there. Cute. Cute. All right, now this has some adhesive left behind. We do not make an adhesive eraser right now, which is interesting, but you can get one at the Dollar Tree. If you've been to one of my retreats before, I do tend to give them away because I think they're very useful. If you use green glue or liquid glue, the mono multi-purpose glue, it's very helpful in order to kind of peel the stuff away. You just have to be careful not to like hurt the paper. And because we have ink on the paper, that's why I don't want to hurt it too much. If I really hate the way this looks, then I will, to salvage this, I could come back. See, the dry stuff is like, this is no problem. This is going away. I'm not worried about this. It's the YOU where I made a mess. These can also clean white shoes. And sometimes you'll see them advertised as, they call them skateboard erasers, and they're to like clean your skateboard. It's really interesting. Anyway, multifunctional. It's doing a pretty good job with the, if I had just let it dry a little bit longer, it would be fine. It's still very cute. It's just not. I know. If I wanted to salvage it, I could add white letters back on top and it would be okay. But I don't think I need to. I think that this will be fine the way it is. And I just have to be patient about all of this. And sometimes if I just like kind of roll it in a ball. There we go. It's not ready for its close-up, I'll tell you that. Okay, the dogs are gonna bark because Marianne and company just got home. My husband, they went to the store really quick. And so I don't want you to be traumatized by that. So I will put this on here. I would pop it up with dimensionals and hopefully it looks a little better. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support and I'll talk to you later. Bye everyone.